All right, so how might I use Google Drive to take notes for the JRP or SRP or any other research project? One of the things that I would do is get organized right off the bat, and I would create myself a folder, JRP Notes, and I would probably add a star to that folder, right? So I can find it easily because I have a lot of stuff in Google Drive. So I can go to my starred items. I also have a lot of starred items, I have to admit. But here are my JRP notes. And then I would share that immediately with my advisor so that my advisor has access to the entire folder. Then I would probably think about how am I going to approach note taking. I'm probably going to need a document that's just for sort of links and titles. It's nothing really it's not really my note-taking document, but as I'm browsing the web and I have things I want to come back to, I'm going to just paste them here, right? This is maybe not a very important thing for my advisor to look in on, but maybe my advisor is going to contribute to this and suggest some links as he or she finds items that are connected to my topic. Now I can create some subfolders in here or some multiple documents for note taking. One of the things I might start with is creating a note taking document that begins at the initial phase of research with notes by source, right? And this is not going to be how you end up organizing your notes because eventually when you structure your paper, you're going to be combining notes from different sources into sections of your paper. But for now, what I might do is insert a table. And I'm going to change this to landscape. And I'm also going to change my margins to be smaller because I want to use up all the space on this paper. All right. So I'm going to have a column for the source. I'm going to have a column for the quote and for my notes and thoughts. So this way I can, whether I'm using a book or just an item I found online, so let's just, for example, really quickly go into a database and pretend that I'm taking notes on something, right? So here we go. I'm taking notes on women's suffrage. Here we go. Women's suffrage. Da da da. Okay, so here's my source, right? This is what I am looking at. So I'm going to go get this citation real quick. Here it is. And I'm going to put it in my notes. There we go. Now, when I take notes on this, I'm going to, oh, this is really important. I'm going to copy that in here. Here's my quote. And here's my thought about it, right? I'm going to follow up on this. This is what my advisor is really interested in, right? What are my thoughts about that? And then maybe as I'm reading, I have some more. I'm going to make sure I keep track of that quote, etc. Same source, so I don't need to paste this in here again. What are my thoughts? What are my thoughts, right? And so I can actually then also, just if I love tables, and I do love tables, I can merge these. So that's just one column, right? So I know that these notes and thoughts and quotes are from this source. So that's one way to organize your note-taking. You can do the same thing later where you have a document where you begin to organize these notes by topic, right? So now you are deeper into the process, and I'm going to set this up the same way because I like consistency. And so now I'm going to do the same thing, right? I've got these. I'm going to keep track of my sources and my quotes and my notes. But maybe I'm going to start having some topic headings, right? So maybe I'm going to go merge these and say, all right, well, this is about this sort of historical background of my topic. So I'm gonna enjoy using a table. I'm going to make that a color. Ta-da. So then everything under here, you know, is going to be about historical background. And those might be things that are coming from news sources, or I might be copying and pasting from my original document and transferring the notes by source over to this new organizational system, notes by topic, right? Because maybe my next topic is going to be, you know, something about, who knows, like conflict, right? Maybe there's a conflict in what I'm studying. So everything that I've taken notes on that addresses the conflict, I will put here. And maybe I'm going to have another category where I put all of my notes on important, you know, people or something that I'm studying, right? So again, it's just the same type of table where I make sure to keep track of the source. I make sure to indicate what my thoughts about the quoted material are, but I'm sort of converting taking notes per source to organizing notes per topic. Now, this is a really fine way to take notes, but I have to say that I would recommend using Noodle Tools over this method because of the ease of use of the Noodle Tools note cards. So just a little plug for Noodle Tools right now. If you have already watched that tutorial, you can start ignoring me and be done with this video. But Noodle Tools allows you to organize your thoughts by topic in a way that is more sophisticated than the Google Drive method. So if you're in Noodle Tools and you have your notes, you actually get to put each note on a note card, and then you get to move those note cards into piles, and you get to tag them with little notations for yourself about their importance or how they relate to one another. And you actually get to, it's like physically moving each individual note around to organize it, rather than having to do this sort of copy and paste transfer on Google Drive. So again, you have to decide what your preference is, but I do recommend looking at the Noodle Tools tutorial if you have not already. Okay,